Hi everyone, you're watching Newegg TV. I'm Jennifer and today I'm going to be doing a product overview and a little bit of a demonstration of the Logitech G27 Racing setup. Alright, so I've taken the steering column out of the box here and I'm pretty excited about doing this today. My area of tech is actually automotive and I do prefer the real thing, but this racing simulator comes pretty darn close. So you have a leather wrapped steering wheel with brushed stainless, and you have brushed stainless paddle shifters. The brushed stainless extends onto the pedals, which is in a separate platform, and also onto the shifting module. It has dual force motor feedback in the wheel, and you can set the different weights in the steering, and we'll take a look at that in a minute. I'm actually pretty excited. Paul's going to get this all set up for me over in his little corner of Newegg TV so that I can kind of demonstrate some of the features for you. But taking a look here at some other physical features of it, we have buttons on the steering wheel, buttons on the shifter here, so you can actually customize this for whatever vehicle you're driving. If you're driving a car with paddle shift, you can paddle shift. You can set launch buttons. You can have your e-brake or different views programmed on here depending on what game you're playing. And also on the shift console, you have several different options for programmable buttons. But let's head over to Paul's corner and take a look. So here it is out of the box. Paul was good enough to let me use his workstation to set this up and also set me up with a game, which is Dirt Showdown. And I'm playing around in just the Joyride mode so that you can kind of get an idea for how it works. Now I will mention that in setting this up, there are so many options. You really got to do something like a game that has, like this one does, a little Joyride option so you can get in there and get a feel for how it works and set all your options. It's definitely not a plug and play kind of a thing. Like for me, my chief complaint when we first plugged it in is that the steering felt really, really too smooth. And in most vehicles, like this Subaru, which I am just crashing into everything because I can't talk and drive at the same time. This Subaru actually has a pretty heavy wheel, and so you can go into your menus and set your wheel weight. And also your pedals and buttons and everything like that can have individual assignments to kind of customize it a little bit. Like for instance, I have the boost set on the 8 button here, and also the views are set over here, but you can totally tailor all of this to what you would like. Something we noticed with Dirt Showdown 3 though is that it won't allow me to choose whether or not I'm driving an automatic or a manual, so we can't actually demonstrate the shifting feature to you. Wow, I'm doing a really good job wrecking this poor little Subaru. But there definitely is really good control and response in the wheel once you get it fine-tuned. It feels very good. There's a lot of, like, I have the wheel weight set pretty heavy just because of my experience driving an all-wheel drive car that is actually a pretty high horsepower car. You have a fairly heavy wheel. It doesn't feel loose in any way. And also, I should mention the pedal controls. The throttle doesn't really have any feedback, but they did put some pretty substantially stiff springs in the brake pedal and in the clutch pedal. So you do actually get good feeling, realistic feeling from those. And the setup is kind of complicated. Now there is an option for a play seat. That's actually what this is meant to be attached to, where you can route all of your wires and everything through an actual steering column, and you get a little bit more of a, the simulator feel. But if you just wanted to have this around the house for the occasional simulator game, just having a desk like this actually works pretty well. And this game has the brake pedal assigned to the reverse pedal, which I'm not great with. So it's pretty easy. I mean, once you get used to it, you have to really play around with the buttons to find where your options are, and go through and learn select. So something like this, really when you get ready to set it up, give a good amount of time to learning the controls and fine-tuning everything and saving these profiles in your games. I will say that, you know, in between me in the other room talking about this to you and us actually sitting here at Paul's workstation and me doing it was a good 45 minutes. And there definitely is a lot more options I could be going through to show you the controls and things like that. So advanced wheel settings, this is where you would adjust what buttons you want. So I have e-brake on button 7, boost on button 8. These are all the presets from Logitech. You might prefer to change those. Like if I was going to use the e-brake more, I would actually put it on my left hand because I'm left-handed. And it's free. If I was using the manual setup, I would want to be able to e-brake with my left hand and shift with my right. You know, if you were playing a drift racing game or something like that. So boost on button 8, I think that might be something in this particular game. I don't understand, you know, why you would need to manually control boost in a turbocharged car, but that could just be my limited experience with these simulation games. And this is, you know, you can change your camera angles here. That's on the D-pad right, that's what this is over here. And you might want to put your camera angles over on these buttons so they're just a little bit more accessible. So let's take a look at some of the advanced wheel settings. So here, as I was talking about this, I have all of these set. So the steering dead zone, which is how far you can crank the wheel left and right before the tires actually respond. Your steering saturation, so how much cranking is done. And then I have a 0% throttle dead zone set, so that's how far down you press the pedal before gas actually gets actuated. And then your throttle saturation, I have mine set at 75%. And that's just because I tend to stomp on it. I really get on the gas, and I don't want it to give maximum fuel when it's bottomed out. The brake dead zone, so how far down I press the pedal before it starts happening, and brake saturation are all under these advanced settings. Let me see if I can get back out of it. There it is. Okay. And one more. So down here in vibration and feedback would be where you set your vibration strength and your wheel strength. So I have wheel weight, which is like the heaviness feel of the steering, set pretty high here so that it doesn't feel like I compare it to trying to drive like a melting stick of butter. You know, it's just total mush, too smooth each way. You need to feel like you've got tires and there's some friction in between your actions in order to get, you know, a more accurate feeling or a better simulation of driving. So there's all those kinds of options. And it really is a lot of fun. I've enjoyed getting to kick Paul out of his desk for a minute and play this little game. And I actually was talking to one of our other Newegg team members, and I think I'm going to be able to teach her how to drive manual using this simulator, which is cool, because then she can crash a car that is not damageable and keep learning how to drive a clutch in one of these simulators. So I just think it's a fantastic little thing to have at home and definitely allow you to, you know, play your car simulation games to your heart's content. So let's take it back over to my desk and I'll talk a little bit more about some of the specifications and the accessories. Okay, here we are back over my little corner. Some additional features I didn't get to before. You have 900 degrees of wheel rotation, and also it comes equipped with helical gears, which is more like what you have in a real car, but that also reduces vibration and noise, so it's very smooth and very quiet turning. It really has a great feel. I think you guys saw I was having a lot of fun with it. Also some accessories. When you open up your box, you get your quick start guide, which will help you get it all set up, you know, as graphically and simply as possible. It has some information, important information about ergonomics in here and how to set this up so that you'll be more comfortable using it. It comes with your software. I do recommend going to Logitech's website and downloading the latest version, which is what we did. And also some information on the play seat, which can really turn it into a full simulation experience. So this is an optional accessory. I think it would be a lot of fun to, get this all together and use that to really make an outstanding experience. You get a disc, the R Factor Customized Control Connect, which will help you get more familiar with the platform. And also, Logitech would like to know your opinion and get some feedback from you about this product, and so would Newegg. So if you have one of these at home and would like to write a great review for us, please do so, and also drop that on by Logitech too. So here we have the pedal panel. It has the brushed stainless continuing from the steering wheel on all of the pedals, and the pedals actually require differing degrees of actuation force, so it's very realistic. If you flip it over, there's a nice carpet grip on the bottom so that you don't actually have to build a base for this, although there are plenty of available mounting holes if you chose to purchase the accompanying play seat or build your own. Comes with about 6 feet of regular cable. So here's the shifting console. Up here we have the programmable buttons that will correspond with the game that you're using at the time. Here's your power indicator light here. And then coming down, we can take a look. The shifter knob is wrapped in real leather, just like the steering wheel is. And this is actually set up to be a 6-speed transmission with a realistic reverse lockout, which I thought was pretty interesting. On the back, it has this kind of clamp mount so that you can adjust it and figure out a good position to put it on your desk or on the arm of your chair, or if you get the accompanying play seat. And about 6 feet of rubber cable. All right, well that wraps up this overview of the Logitech G27. Thank you for joining me. If you found this video informational or helpful, please like it and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And we'll catch you next time.